Okay, guys, so we're recording. Now, this is number one. It says inelastic collisions practice. A toy car with a mass of zero point 0.4 kilograms is moving to the right and it collides with a stationary toy car with a mass of 0.75 kilograms. So I know you guys don't always do this, but I like to draw a little diagram. So I'll draw a toy car and a second toy car. Whoa, get bigger. Okay, so at this point it's really nice to label the stuff they gave me. So they gave me 0.4 kilograms, so I'm going to label that there. They also gave me 0.75 kilograms, so I'm going to label that there. They also give me some information about the mass, or excuse me, the velocity. So, oh, they actually don't, do they? Perfect. Okay. Well, I do know that this car is the stationary car, so it's going to start off with a velocity of 0 meters per second. And then when I look at the question says, what was the velocity of the moving toy car before the collision? So that tells me that what I'm looking for is my velocity for this car. And so when you guys are doing these, it's sometimes a nice idea to go ahead and draw yourself a little diagram so you can label what you know about the two objects separately, and then below it you can label what you know about the two objects when they're together. So I know that when the cars are together, when the two cars are together, their mass is going to be 0.4 plus 0.75, which makes 1.15. And their velocity, this comes from the problem, the velocity is 0.4 meters per second. So now that I've sort of labeled everything, I'm going to set up my equation. So remember, my equation is that mass times velocity plus mass times velocity equals mass times velocity. Remember that this is object 1. Okay? This part is object 2. This last part is the objects together. So when I go to fill in, I know that I've got a mass of 0.4, but I don't know my velocity. That's a question mark. So I'm just going to leave that as V. For my orange, I've got a mass of 0.75, so that's going to go in there. My velocity here is 0. That's because it's stationary. It said it's not moving at the beginning, so we say that it's 0 velocity. Now finally, I've got my mass of 1.15, which is going to go here. I'll redo that. It's going to go there, because this is the two objects together, and my velocity of 0.4. Now all I have here is an algebra problem, and if you're having trouble with the algebra, don't be afraid to come over and ask me, like raise your hand in class and ask me for help, because I'm happy to give you guys help. So 0.4 times V is just 0.4 V. 0.75 times 0 is just 0. And 1.15 times 4. Did anybody do this on their calculator? 1.15 times 0.4 times 0.4. So I think is it 0.46? 0.46. Now I know that here I'll actually write it up. 0.4 V plus 0 is just 0.4 V. Now I'm still trying to get V by itself, so the last thing to do is divide both sides by 0.4, and I'm going to get V equals 1.15 meters per second. Okay, so that's how you do number one on inelastic collisions.